All right, so continuing our discussion on solving proportions, let's have this next example. So as you can see now, we still have proportions, but what you will notice is that we have multi-step proportion. So whenever we are going to be working on these types of proportion, we will just simply, the easiest way would be to use the, how to call this, the cross product still with this one. So in our case, we can multiply the denominator to the first numerator here. So we will have an expression that looks like this: 4 times b minus 8, okay, equals, okay, 5, and then this numerator over here, so 5 times b plus 3, okay? Now, as you can see, this looks very familiar because we have done multi-step equations from before. And so what will be the first step that we need to work on? So because we have a grouped expression with a multiplier on the outside, so we will have to do our distributive property first, okay? So this will be 4b minus 32 is equal to 5 times b, that's going to be 5b, and this is going to be 5 times positive 3, which is plus 15. And as you can see, our variable is on both sides of the equation. And so what technique do we need to use? We need to make sure that all the variables are on one side and all the constants are on the other side. So we can transfer our 5b in here. So we have minus 5b, so that's now gone. So we will have a minus 5b on this side. So this is now negative 1b, positive 4 and negative 5, that's going to be negative 1b. So you have negative b minus 32 is equal to 15. And we need 32 to move to the other side of the equation together with the other constant. So we will add 32. So that's 0 now. We add 32. And as you can see, we have negative b is equal to positive 47. Now we have two options to get rid of the negative. We can either multiply by negative 1 or we can divide by negative 1 or simply just switch out the sign. So negative b now becomes positive b, positive 47 now becomes negative 47. Okay, so whenever you have your multi-step proportion, you just simply do the cross product, and then you can apply what we have learned on solving a multi-step equation or variables on both sides. All right. So I would like you to try this example on your own. Go ahead, find the value of n. And so following cross product process, we will multiply 6 and n together, and then 5 will be multiplied to the quantity 2n plus 4. Simplifying all the stuff, you will end up n to be equal to negative 5. All right, so for this last problem, last part of the discussion, so we will now have a word problem, okay? Now, one thing that you have to remember when you're working with proportions on word problem, there should be consistency with the quantities. When you are setting up your ratios, there should be consistency with the order of the quantities, okay? So let's start here. We have a portable media player that has 2 gigs of storage and can hold about 500 songs. Another similar but larger media player has 80 gigs, but now the question is, how many songs can the larger media player hold? Okay, so let's identify what are the two quantities that are being compared in our problem. So we are looking at the storage and the number of songs. Okay, so let me just see here. Oops, sorry. So we are trying to the amount of storage and also the number of songs. Okay, so it's up to you how you would like to set up your ratio. Do you want storage over songs or songs over storage? It doesn't matter, as long as when you set up your ratios, they are in consistent pattern. So let's say we have storage over songs, okay? So let's use that order, storage over songs. That is the ratio that we will set up. So what is the ratio that we have on the first? The storage is 2 gigabytes, so 2 gig. and the songs is 500. So 2 over 500, okay, that should be the same as another media player that has what is 80. 80 is the storage. So 80, you have to make sure that 80 will be placed together with the order of storage. So that is our numerator. So 80 will be on the numerator. The number of songs is now missing. So that is why we will replace it by X. And so this is how you will set up your proportion. It is important that you set up your proportion correctly, or else you will not be able to get the right answer for your problem, okay? And so solving this equation, you will have 2x, so cross multiply. 2x is equal to 500 times 80, so the quick way is 5 times 8, that's 40, and you have 3 other zeros involved, so that's 40,000. All right, and so solving for x, you divide by 2, you divide by 2, and therefore x is going to be 20,000. And what is that 20,000? The 8 gig can hold up to 20,000 songs. All right, so I would like you to try this next problem on your own. Again, be very careful setting up your proportion. Make sure the order of the quantities are consistent. Okay, go ahead, try this one out. So as you can see with this problem, the order of your quantities, you can have it set up as ounces over milligrams. So make sure that the ratio are consistent, and you will see that the number of milligrams of vitamin C for the 12-ounce can is going to be 145.5 milligrams, okay? So to summarize, you can write ratios and find unit rates to compare quantities, and you can also convert units and rates to solve problems. Thank you.